Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is KK. If this is your first time looking at a video of mine, please remember to like, of course, share this video with a friend, and of course, subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, any questions, then please go ahead and leave it in the comment section and we will get to them. Tameka's here and she's ready to share her natural hair journey with us. So we're going to do our countdown. I'm going to read her bio and then I'm going to bring her on to your screens. So my journey will start in 30 seconds. All right. So thank you very much for joining. Of course, as always, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to read Tameka's bio for you guys, and then I'm going to bring her on right now. Tameka Marshall has always had a passion for seeing the world transformed. She believes that our words hold power and chooses to use her words to uplift others. Through her love of public speaking, media, and making connections with others, she has found that one voice truly can change the world. With a desire to see people entertained, encouraged, and empowered, Tameka Marshall utilizes various media avenues to reach the world around her. Her skills in conjunction with her vibrant personality and her passion for music and the arts allowed Tameka to successfully enter the media industry in 2011. However, her radio show was only the beginning. She has had the privilege to travel throughout the United States to conduct interviews and attend various award shows. Each experience has deepened her love for media and visual storytelling. With a bold determination to live life, she is passionate about her relentless trust in God. Tameka has fallen in love with empowerment and self-love. She is currently a motivational speaker, moderator, and curator. Her love for change and inspiration has propelled her to organize her first TEDx event in Queens, New York. Being a Black immigrant woman, it is a proud moment in her life to add positive value to her community. Recently, she launched her newest idea, Build to Win. She said, "We believe when you build on a great, solid foundation, you are guaranteed to win. A tree rooted will not break because of a storm. It will shake and bend, but it cannot be uprooted." Build to Win is geared to providing content information and resources to our audience to assist in their dreams, moments of pivot, or continuance. Instead of trying to build a brick wall, lay a brick every day. Eventually, you'll look up and you'll have a brick wall. That quote is from Nipsey Hussle. Tameka plans to continue to see the glass half full and believe one kind or act or nice word can inspire change. So without further ado, let's put our virtual hands together and give a warm welcome to Miss Tameka Marshall.
Hello.
Hey, tell the people what's up.
What's up, people?
So before we get into the interview and we gush on your natural hair journey, in the bio, I read a little bit about your Build to Win summit. So this might be the first time people ever hear that there's a summit called Build to Win. So can you give us a little behind the scenes? What was your motivation? I know it ended. I was able to catch a preview because I was driving down while it was happening. So I was listening to portions of it on my phone. But can you tell the people about it? How was it? When is the next one? That sort of thing.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Love you, love you, love you, love you. The idea behind Build to Win is it's basically my heart and my baby. Especially being an immigrant woman, I feel like a lot of times when we migrate to the U.S., we have family and friends that were here before, and they kind of like to use this term. You're going to understand how hard America is because I struggle, you need to struggle too. And I don't agree with that. I believe that information is free and we could all receive the same information and process it differently. And so the idea of the Build to Win Summit is to create a platform that we can have especially for immigrants, it's not only for them, but they can get content, information, regardless of their field, their dream, their career journey, whatever they want to do. So it's to just provide a good place that they get all that information, have access to people, information that I have gained over the 10 years, people that have inspired me, people that helped me along my journey, to just come into one space. We'll provide, eventually it'll go into something where we provide that information, contact, connections. And also it's a great place to help people that are dreamers, but are constantly forced to follow a parent or a friend or a family member dream and are too fearful to actually follow their own and don't have enough information to have that conversation either. So I believe that it's important, especially in the time that we're in, to follow your own dreams and follow what God wants you to do and stop living in other people's dreams. That's kind of
that is absolutely beautiful. So can you tell us, you might not have a date yet, but when is the next summit going to be?
we don't have a date, but it's in February, and that will be our relationship part of Built to Win. So we have different couples sit down, have a good panel, have a good conversation, have a very diverse conversation. Because I also feel like a lot of times you have these panels with couples, but it's not a great reflection of what the demographic is. You're going to have a couple happily married, 2 kids, giving advice to a couple that maybe has 1 child, or a couple that has an adopted child. And the transitions are different. So it's kind of have that honest conversation is what we want to do. Again, the whole idea of the platform is to just be as honest, provide as much information as possible.
I think that's absolutely beautiful. So you heard it. I don't know if you heard it here first, but the Build to Win Summit, the next one is going to be in February. That is something that you do not want to miss. Of course, once it's advertised, it will be on my personal social. I will share it on my personal social media pages. So if you do follow me on my social media pages, you'll see it. If you don't, the links are in the description bar. Go ahead, click them, follow me so that you don't miss when this Build to Win Summit drops. And we're excitedly looking forward to it. And congratulations and kudos to you for coming up with this idea and doing something like this. It's truly amazing.
Yay.
So let's talk about natural hair now.
Yes.
So my first question to you is, how long have you been natural?
Well, that's a great question. I think I've always been natural. I'm joking. I started it like 2 years roughly. 2 years and change. Yeah. No chemicals, no heat.
2 years now. No chemicals, no
Over
heat.
2 years, yeah.
Over 2 years.
Closer to 3 roughly.
Okay. So you said you weren't, natural your whole life. So was it did you transition? Did you do a big chop? What caused you to decide I want to go back natural?
I've always been into my natural hair. I've always been into anything natural. That's the crazy thing. Like I always tell people, I'm not crazy about lashes. I'm not crazy. I wear makeup and stuff, but that's not usually my first preference on anything. I am a firm believer in I must love me first before I accent the person that is me. So I need to be happy with my hair, my nails, my skin, who I am first. And that makes me happy. So I was like, if you're doing everything else, let's get back to the whole hair. I've always been the person to have my own hair out. I love my hair.
As you should.
But yeah.
So did you do a big chop? Did you transition? How did you make that change from the straightened hair to the natural?
I was not chopping this hair off.
Oh my God.
Wasn't. There was no big chop that went into it because I was fearful that the hair will never grow. So we did do cut the split ends out and stuff like that. That's the most that I did, but there was definitely no big chop that went into it.
So did you do braids, or you just like because eventually when you're transitioning, the parts of it are straight, parts of it are kinky. So how did you manage that?
What happened is throughout my life, I've never done a lot of perms either. Some people, every 3 months they've done perms. I was never like that. I would probably do a perm once a year, if anything. I did blowouts and stuff like that. And I air dry my hair. I don't blow dry my hair. So I've never really had damaged hair, and I kind of wanted to maintain that and just have it start to grow. And one of my greatest inspiration to embrace my natural hair was Curl Fest. The one over here, seeing all those beautiful natural hair, luscious girls. I was like, yeah. So, because being in Guyana, having your natural hair looking out, people frown on it and have a lot to say. So
that in the United States too.
Not as much, at least not in the circle I'm in. That's why I tell people, depends on the circle that you're in. The circle that I'm in celebrates it is different compared to how people, in different places.
Well, we've heard, of cases in the United States. That's why people are pushing for things like the Crown Act and decriminalizing things like people wearing their natural hair. Like you could get charged for pressuring people to cover up their natural hair, that kind of thing. So we do know that it exists. Not in your circle, thankfully. But we do have brothers and sisters who go through the struggle so much where the country needs to pass a law to like.
No, when I say it, I wasn't talking on the corporate platform that has it, because I am aware of Crown Act and all of that. It's kind of like what even Curl Fest is fighting for. But I mean, like your immediate circle of friends and family. It's one thing to have the issue in the workplace. It's another thing to just can't be yourself in your space. It's just a wonderful mess. So.
Understood. So we have a question. No protective styles?
Yes, crochet. So one of the things is I stopped going to the hair salon completely, and I have been crocheting my own hair for the last 2 years. Any style on my hair, I've done it. Any hair care remedy, I've done it. So I haven't had anybody in my head either. So it's with my hands and my head.
Very nice. I know, like, that's been the motivation for some people as well, where they're fed up going to salons and having to go every 6 weeks to get their hair, re-straightened or whatever the name of it that you call it. So that's totally understandable. So what's one piece of advice that you wish that you would have received before you went back natural?
That is hard to maintain. Every night you have to twist it in and make sure that it's good. You have to make sure it doesn't dry out. So you always maintaining natural hair is harder than maintaining a weave, because a weave you can just leave it there, but your natural hair is extra care. Always have to moisturize it. So just make sure that you're ready to go into your pockets to maintain your natural hair. If not, I suggest you learn to make products and save money that way. And I also suggest natural hair needs natural ingredients. So don't buy the cheap stuff off the shelf to maintain your natural hair. Get the good stuff to actually feed the hair the nutrients it needs.
That's beautiful. So we have a comment. It says, tell us some of your hair care remedies.
Yeah. That's a good question. Satin. Hi, Alicia. Satin on your hair. No, get satin wraps, get satin head ties, get satin and silk. Those are your friends. Stay away from cotton and these other weird stuff, because they mess with the edges of your hair. And I'm thankful that I learned that. So, because my edges came back.
Bless the Lord. Hallelujah.
Oh, my edge was out of control. So that's what I would say. Also, just because we all have 4C hair, well, I have 4C hair. Just because we all have this same hair type doesn't mean that what works for me will work for you. So don't get upset and say people are giving you wrong information. It is important for you to figure out what actually works for your hair, because your hair is made up differently based on stuff that you put into your body, based on what you eat, based on so many other things, based on your environment. So it's not just one thing. So just because you have a social media person that you follow and they used it, it doesn't work for you. Oh, that's a fraud. No, take into consideration a lot more before you call somebody a fraud.
So can you tell us, so you were just talking about, not because someone uses this means, it'll work for you. That's been a common trend, a common theme that we've been seeing throughout the series so far. So can you tell some of the products, you know, that work for you? Some of the things that you have learned that works for your hair.
So, chat. So before going, like actually getting into hair care, I would wash my hair with whatever shampoo I found and whatever conditioner was cheap, and we out. Now it's just a little bit more. Like one of the products I use is Bell Essentials. I actually know the person. I know what goes into the product, and so she makes that, and that's what I use, and it smells amazing. So this is what a wash day would kind of be like. Let me see how quick I can run through it. So a wash day goes into a lot of prepping because I make my aloe oil and I make my aloe water from scratch on the day, whatever wash day it is. So I'll, loose out my hair, whatever it is, let it rest. But my hair can't stay open too long or else it goes into a ball of knots. So we don't have that great relationship.
Understood.
So, and then I have to section my hair. So I can't wash the whole hair because then it knots again. So I have to put it in 4 parts. So I'll put the aloe water, which is an amazing natural detangler for my hair. So I'll put that in and let it sit there. Because it is slippery of itself, so there's no chemical. I'm using what God gave me and I'm happy. And after that, then I would go and rinse that out and put in whatever shampoo that doesn't have sulfate. And I don't use coconut oil because I find that coconut oil dries my hair and my skin. So nothing that contains coconut oil I use. And I did my research on that that it does strip a lot of, the essential oils that your hair needs to look shiny and bouncy. So I don't use anything that contains coconut oil. And then I would use my aloe oil. It smells horrible, right? That's why I only use it on wash day. It smells terrible. And once a month, I would use the rice water. And that is like the worst smelling thing ever. Like it doesn't smell good.
I feel like you're smelling it as you're telling us about it.
I'm being honest from the gate because I don't want you to go and then it's like, ew, what is this? But it really does work. It helps with strengthening your hair. At least for me, because my hair had a tendency. My hair is follicles or strands are thin. I call it lazy hair. So because it's thin, when you put too much stuff in it, it drops. It doesn't. So I have to use as many light stuff in my hair as possible. So that's basically a wash day remedy. Wash day for me is anything from 2 to 4 hours.
So that's your Saturday morning gone, or whatever day you wash.
Basically, yeah.
This was a little out there. It says, it would be great to see a live demo of a wash day, but you heard us like 4 hours. We don't have all that streaming time. I mean, we could record if you would be interested. We can record it, edit it, cut it down. If that's something you
1-minute video of it, because you don't have to see what takes time is the prep, so it's not necessary for you.
Okay.
Because making the aloe, scraping the aloes out, that's what takes time, and
Understood. So we just heard about some of the favorite products. If you guys are interested in your aloe and your rice water, we heard that they don't necessarily smell the nicest. So, making it on the day of your wash day seems like the smartest thing, to keep the scent off of you, that kind of stuff.
Don't that's for when you use it.
That's a good tip. That's definitely a good tip. You don't want anybody to call you out. So understood. So I have a question for you, and the question is, when were you most proud of your natural hair?
So I had my hair in crochet. I posted it on my Instagram stories. So I had my hair in crochet for a minute. I think it would have been early 2019. I don't even know. 2020 has been so long. I don't even know what's going on with this. And so I was by my mom's house and I took the crochet out and my hair was like a hot mess. Because what I would do is I wouldn't lose out the cornrows. I would just, when I take out my crochets, I would just wash my hair and then crochet again. Wash and crochet again. And that went on for like about, I'm probably not going to say, because people think I'm weird, so let's went on for
Oh
And
my God.
I wanted to do like a good wash. So I did my research in a good Dominican spot because I love Dominican people, but yeah, I be burning people's hair a little too much. But anyhow, so I went to a place not far from my mom, and I was like, I was watching all these other Dominicans come out their hair, and it was long, and I'm like, why did I choose to come here with my nappy?
Oh my God.
So after she did it, that was my first blowout in like
Years.
yeah, because even before the natural hair journey, I've mostly done air dried in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she did my hair and she did the blowout, I was like, I saw her blowing and pulling. I was like, and I
Whose hair is
realized,
that? Yeah, whose head is that?
I was like, wait, it grew. This works. Oh my gosh. So that
Mm-hmm.
was a proud moment because it was the year that I did everything to my hair. I didn't go to the salon. I crocheted my hair, prayed on my hair a lot.
Mm.
And because again, I've always prayed not for long hair, but for healthy hair because I feel like that's more important. Long hair was just
Healthy hair. Healthy hair is definitely more important than long hair.
so when I saw the hair, I was like, okay, no more heat again. So I haven't put any heat since early 2019 at all, at all, at all. So hopefully maybe in 2022 I'll blow out again. Who knows?
Okay, okay, pacing yourself. Well,
Yes.
yeah, that makes sense. So, why do you think it's important for not men and women of color to be proud of their natural hair? Why do you think, especially in this day and age, it was a trend. I don't know if it's still a trend. It became hot for a minute, and then people seem to kind of like digress. But why do you think it's important for men and women who choose to wear their hair out? Why do you think it's so important for them to do it? Or why is it even important for you that you wear your natural hair out?
Again, initially one of the things I said is I feel like it's always important for you to be happy with you, who you are in whatever area of life you're in. But also it's the way God made you.
Mm.
So when you completely have an issue with that, I feel like you completely have an issue with what God did. And you feel like, oh, he messed me up completely. Again, this is not me saying that you shouldn't braid your hair, you shouldn't put in weave, because I do it. You get
Mhm.
tired of handling your hair. But if you're not happy with the core of who you are, you're always going to find fault in everything. And that's my belief. So when you're happy, there's nobody can make you feel bad about who you are, period. However you choose to wear your hair, whether it's as an afro, whether it's in cornrows, whether it's in braids. However, you're going to be happy because guess what? Tameka knows who she is. I'm happy with my hair. It's mine. Nobody can pull it off my head. And when I take off everything in the night, I'm happy with the person in the mirror.
That's absolutely beautiful, and it's so important. I know in your bio it talks about falling in love with self-love, and it comes out, and we definitely hear it as you speak. So I have one last question for you. Okay, well, we have a question coming in from the audience, so I'll take that and then I'll give you my question. So it says, is the aloe oil only for washing or for general use?
You use it generally, you keep it and you can use it, but you have because there's no preservative, there's nothing. I suggest you use it out within 2 weeks. That's my suggestion. And I suggest you also keep it in. You can keep it outside or in the fridge. I don't know, but basically, I use it fast because there's no preservatives, and after a time, the smell gets worse.
Mm.
So I am not a
Smell.
fan of this scent, but I'm a
Mhm.
fan of the benefits of aloes. Because if you go back to, in Guyana, one of the things that, when you're not feeling good, your grandmother, whoever would tell you swallow a piece of aloes, it pull out the impurities. It does so much. I think aloes is such an underrated vegetable. And it needs more credit for its ability to do so much. Um,
Mm.
if you have like a scar, you can rub some aloes on it. So
Mhm.
and one of the things I remember a few years ago, I know this is about hair, but even for my skin,
No, talk the story.
even for my skin, I remember somebody asked me, "What do you use on your skin?" And I said, "I make what I use for my skin, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I said, think about it. In all the products that you use, there is stuff like avocado, there's stuff like aloes, there's stuff like oats, oatmeal, pawpaw, whatever it is. Everything else that you can't pronounce is a preservative that you really don't need. It is just to preserve shelf life, whether it's a hair product or a skincare product. Why not just go to the source, eliminate all them unnecessary toxins, and use the natural stuff for my skin and for my hair? So that's kind of like how I look at it. So I like just having my natural stuff that I know what is in it, and I believe that anything God gave me was good. So that includes my vegetables and fruits.
Nice. So to wrap up, I want you to leave a piece of encouragement or a piece of advice for the people who are contemplating joining us in our natural hair journey. What would you advise them or encourage them to do?
Just do it. I know that getting your research is good, and I believe in finding information. But the longer, think of how much time has passed since you started contemplating it. I'm pretty sure for some of you it's been years. So you're trying to figure out if it's hard. Remember, everybody's journey is different. So you cannot look at my journey or Acacia's journey and decide how your journey may be. You may start it and you may have quicker or better results than we did. But the whole idea is to just start it. If you feel that you should do your natural hair journey, just start. Stop putting the chemicals in your hair. After a time, remember, you're going to get older. Your hair will not bounce back as fast as it does now. And don't wait till you turn 40 and 50 to take care of your hair. Start now so that you get to go into older age with healthier hair and healthier skin.
That is beautiful. We have another question coming in from the comments. Would you share the secret on how to make the aloe oil? Give us the tea.
No secret. I actually found it. There's this girl on YouTube, a nurse. I think she is, or she has a she's an LP. I don't know. But it's simple. You cut up the aloes. You take off like the head of the aloe and the tail. That's what I call it. Pretty sure it's not what it is, but that's what I'll call it, because there's nothing there. And then you cut it up, you kind of open it, and you throw it into, you can put a little bit of olive oil if you want in that, and you throw it into the pan and you just let it fry up for like 5 minutes. And then you let it sit there and then you drain it out. Like, it's simple, but it takes time and patience. And a lot of times we just skip past it because we just don't have the time.
So that's something important to know, that with doing a natural hair, even if it's just taking like care of your hair, it requires time and it requires patience. But that it will be worth it in the end. That I can promise you. It will be worth it in the end. I started exactly. I am enjoying my natural hair journey. I'm excited as well to see, where my hair is going to go. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are on the same path that I am now. We're excited to see like what's next, like where your hair is going to go. So Tameka, I want to thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your natural hair journey with us. I want to thank everyone that is currently watching live, everyone that will watch in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like this video, share this video with a friend, a family member, and of course, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. There is content every week. You can't be watching my stuff for free. And subscribing is free, so you're still watching it for free. But subscribe anyway. Okay? So thank you so much for watching, guys. This is KK. I'm here with Tameka Marshall. I'm just trying to let all the comments run before I end it. But you're getting a lot of love. So this is your girl KK, along with Tameka Marshall, and we're both saying goodbye. Bye, guys.